safety in any construction site, or it could be engineering, it could be interior decoration or contract, or it could be food and beverage industry where you manage a food industry, right? So safety is a part of the requirement in Singapore, all right? So does in India, but India is I believe the standard of safety is coming up in India, but not so high as Singapore. Yet Singapore still have so many accident, people die. All right. So safety is a very important concern for the government, for everybody because anything you mishandle, people die, you are responsible for it. Okay, under the law, the MD or the general manager will end up in jail or have a heavy fine in Singapore. So in this management of project control, you must have a proper control system, okay, to make sure that the worker do their job safely. So in order to have a system, Singapore commonly practice, they use a safety management system, so-called ISO 45000 SMS. SMS is safety management system, right? So when this is in place, the worker, the engineer, and the project manager know what to do. Everything all they write it down very clearly. And what should you do to uphold the safety standard of the company? Okay, so it prevent all this sort of thing. When people get hurt, okay, there will be time loss, okay, due to the disruption of work. People will get injured and hospitalized. Worst case, that worker or engineer may die. That will be even worse. Okay, and the cost of preparing the report, etc., have to handle with the government. All these are money, the time wasted. So the project manager will be very busy, right? So in a project, any kind of project, okay, the project manager always emphasize zero accident. Okay, that is a norm in Singapore. I believe other countries also like that. Okay. So safety is a prime important in Singapore. Safety depending on the project size, 30 million, 10 million. 10 million, you need a part-time safety officer. 30 million, you need a full-time safety officer. All right. So safety in project is influenced by the decision made during the planning and design process. Okay, now it's in the process already. Everything you do, there must be a safety element to cater for the unsafe act, unsafe condition, so that your incident and accident rate will be reduced. Okay. So take note of that. So what does the safety organization do? Okay. When the safety organization or your department do will be every day they have a two-board meeting. Okay. They ask the worker, the engineer sit together. They talk about safety. They talk about the dangerous job, how to manage a dangerous job so that incident will not happen, right? And they also, after pass down the information, the worker and the engineer go to work, and in the same time, the safety officer, project manager will go around to check the work site, any unsafe act being done, right? So they have to correct the unsafe act when they found something is not right, right? So this is together in the safety management system procedure, okay? In terms of liability here, yes. Okay, you have to buy workman compensation, you have to buy the insurance to cover the worker, to cover the accident. In case the person die, you have to pay the worker. All right. So what happened if the contractor have a worker got accident? Again, same thing, investigation, replacement, time loss because your project delay, because of project by the government, they will issue the stop work order. All right. To stop the work, then they go to investigate until they are satisfied with the answer and find the root cause of the incident. Then they are happy, right? So this is very important. Okay? Take note of that. This is what we call liability of a contractor, right? Then if a severe case, the contractor or subcontractor may end up in the court to be charged for their negligence, okay, unsafe practice. They may go to jail or they may have fined few 100,000. Okay, take note. Okay, this is a liability of the contractor. That means the contractor supply the worker to the work site. The site must be properly managed to a safety standard that company want. That means to say the company objective is zero accident. Okay, that means no accident happen in the site. Take note of that. Okay. So in terms of again liabilities, contractor will provide the necessary personal protective equipment for the worker to wear in case of they observe got any risk assessment is very high, then they wear PPE to protect the worker. Okay, like for example, welding, you need to wear ultraviolet glass, you need to wear leather glove and standard uniform and PPE and the safety boots, etc. Okay. So besides that, they also need to conduct training for the worker. In Singapore, before you work in the work site, whether shipyard or construction site, okay, you have to go for the orientation course and the induction course by the company safety officer. After you do that, then they teach you how to do the two-board meeting. Every morning meeting before work start, okay, there's a two-board meeting organized by the contractor or subcontractor safety personnel, talking about work, talking about safe handling of work, okay, etc. Okay, so training is very important, right? In Singapore, the law says that when you ever work in the shipyard, work in the construction site, before you step into the work site, you have to go through the training, right? So inspection is another issue. Okay, every month they has a safety inspection. They have a safety committee meeting where all the individual contractor representative or subcon representative will have the meeting, and they will discuss about unsafe situation during the past week and come up with a remedial action, right? Safety management, as I say, is a ISO system. In Singapore, we have few type of safety system that the contractor can choose. One is a very basic one. It's called a BSAFE level 3. Okay. Second one is SS506, safety management system. Third one is a construction safety system, SS 6797, I think, right? So this call for construction management system. Okay, BSAFE level 1, level 2 is about risk assessment. So every job you do in a work site, be it a construction, be it interior decoration, be it a restaurant, you have to conduct a risk assessment before the worker can start the work. And you have to brief them. Okay, this is under the law. They require to do that. Okay. And on top, the documentation of safety management system, the checklist, the form, everything have to be compiled and keep for minimum 3 years. Okay, this is a law again. Okay, so the example here, a general guide to enhance safety awareness through competent and professional site practice, covering temporary ground. These are the system that you may encounter in the work site. For example, you have to have some competent person surfacing, crossing the trench. What are the safety measures, ingress and egress, exposure to vehicle, etc., etc. So all this type of thing, you have a specialized people who is a safety officer, will guide the people how to do this hazardous work and thus prevent incident or accident from happening, right? So reporting, you don't talk about UK, Singapore, if you got any accident, you have to file a report. Anything more than 3-day MC, okay, the company has to file a report to the Ministry of Manpower, Occupational Safety Health Department, okay? And the officer from the Occupational Safety Health Department will come down to inspect the site and everything. And they will disallow the work to start until they completed the investigation and corrective preventive measure is taken. Okay. This one we don't talk about it. Okay, UK standard. Okay, death and major injury, there is a so-called category. In Singapore now we have 7 died already. 7 workers in Singapore have died since January up to now. Last year we have about 44 people died in construction, in other related industry. So you can see the people die, the government is very concerned, right? So take note of this. Then 3-day injury, you have to submit a report within 10 days, right? Diseases, same, you have to go for medical checkup every year. Or if you have any so-called disease, you have to notify the company doctor. The doctor will go ask you to go and check. And you find out that you really have this occupational disease, then you have to go for treatment and payment will be paid by the company. All right. Dangerous occurrence, okay, in company, we don't like people to do things haphazardly. That means unsafe condition, then you do the job. No. This is called dangerous occurrence. So in Singapore, if you have a dangerous occurrence happening in a work site, you have to report to the safety officer or the project manager. And they try to find a way to do this job in a very safe manner rather than unsafe manner. Okay, this is called dangerous occurrence. Okay. And Ministry of Manpower, Occupational Safety Health Department, they don't like to see dangerous occurrence in a company too many times. Okay, if they see too many times, the inspector go down and check, they have seen so many times, they will just stop the work. Okay, today in terms of safety, every day we have a timeout, safety timeout. That means to say the safety officer will conduct safety briefing halfway through the work. That means to say morning you have a briefing, lunchtime, after lunch, before start work, the safety officer will conduct a safety briefing before you start work. Again, so that means to say your time spent on the safety is last time is about half an hour. Today, now you spend about 2 hours, 3 hours to just listen to the safety officer. Okay, why? Because government want to instill safety practices, safety habit. That's why the training is necessary, part of the safety program by the government authority. Okay, take note. Okay. Any question? Today today teaching will be the 4th subject. So we have 5th subject will be the last subject that we are going to go through next week. Okay, I don't want to touch on now. If I teach now, next week got nothing to teach. The following week even worse. So we have another 2 weeks to go. Okay. So now the school have give you the assignment, and please you have Monday, Sunday, Saturday, okay, and today you do a assignment, then submit on Monday. Okay, today on the project control procedure, I will write a assignment practice for you, and by today or tomorrow, okay, Carla or Misma will send to you through the website, to the Zoom website. Then you can see all these things. Then you start preparing all these things by submission is by Tuesday. All right. So I expect this paper to be around 800 to 1,000 words. You've got a lot of things to write. All right. Okay. I only give you one question, but in one question there will be several parts you have to write and answer. Okay. I give you what my thinking is. I said, okay, the project call, this assignment call for is what? In most organizations, project control, okay, procedure is a requirement due to the, okay, so as per the design of the organization chart, okay, the company control of the project is always the manager. For example, project manager, construction manager, facility manager, or whatever manager you call it. As your understanding, okay, of this organization chart, the responsibility of the manager lists the scope of work that this manager are supposed to perform, right? Explain the control process, okay, in area of management of people, how you manage your people to make sure you formally utilize the people 100%. How you manage a cost cash flow problem or cash flow process. Third one is quality assurance. How you ensure that the quality is within specification. Okay. And the process of budgeting, how you plan your budget for the whole project. And also coming to optimize the plant equipment rental. You don't rent the equipment, put it there, never use. Right? So this is the process of optimizing of all these features. I list to you 5 items. It could be more than 5 items. Okay, I will give you 6 or 7 items. So every item you give a short paragraph about 100 to 250 words. Right? So add up together is now up to about 1,000 words. Okay? Understand? Say for example now like cash flow. So you look into your PowerPoint slide, there is a cash flow management. How you manage your cash flow. Okay? So cash flow is equal to what? If you want to have a cash flow positive, your input, okay, your collection of money from the minus, okay, the expenditure, that will equal to positive. That is a positive cash flow, which is good for the company stability. Right? If negative, what action should you take? All these things you have to tell me roughly. So please go and do some research. Don't just copy, that's all. No. Okay, the last paper you submit to me, I see only 1 or 2 people use their initiative to do the work. The rest all cut and paste. Don't make sense also sometimes. Okay? Please, you are a university graduate. Don't give me that type of standard. If you are a diploma holder, I don't mind. But this one, you are already a university graduate from Indian University. and yet this type of assignment you can't do properly. Okay. The last assignment that you submit to me, how many people? Less than 15 people. So there is about 5 more who haven't submitted yet. Okay, I'm waiting for you. So all the assignment by next week. Okay. Next week, I will have a class with you on Tuesday. I will check with you all the assignment. Or I will brief you all if you submit to me. Right. Then the class, Unit 5, we will wait until all the assignment finish. Then I will start on Unit 5. That means Unit 5 most probably will be on Thursday or Friday. Okay. So this few days I will next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will open the Zoom and ask you relating to the question. So please do your job and I will do my job. Okay. Oh, hello, can or cannot?
Can, sir. Okay.
Wow, very quiet. Very tired.
Yes, we can.
You're feeling stressed.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay,
very
sir.
stressed. Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. Then
No,
you
sir.
please, all of you give the cooperation. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure. Sure, sir. We would give you.
Try to do your best. Okay. Don't keep on delaying because you have to learn something from it. At least you write something. I give some comment. You understand what you are doing. Okay.
Thank you, sir. We will the best to try.
Okay.
Try best. Okay.
So any question before we end the lesson, then I will start preparing the question for you all. Then today or tomorrow I will send it to you. Ask Carla or Miss Ma to send to you by this Zoom apps. You will see all these things. All right. Then this one will be try to submit on Tuesday. If cannot, Tuesday we will have if I don't see any assignment on this paper coming back to me Tuesday, we will have a lesson. I further explain to you again. Then Wednesday, we don't have lesson, you do again. Until Thursday, then I start the Unit 5. Because we still have about 10 days to go. So if I do too fast, you got nothing to do. Not so good. The school will inquire. All right. Okay, gentlemen, lady, any question? If not, then we shall end the meeting here, discussion here, and I will prepare the question for you. I also, when I prepare question, I also must think about how to ask you to answer the question. It's not easy. Okay, so please do your job. I do my job. Okay. Any question? If not, I will end the meeting. Okay.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So I see you on Tuesday. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Please stay at home.